L'chaim, l'chaim, Yechi Adonenu Morenu Rabbeinu Melech HaMashiach Lamed. Long live King Mashiach, forever and ever. We have the best news ever. The best news ever in the history that redemption is in this year, and that's a sure thing. Now, how do we get to this? So, from three main hints. The first story was given to us by Alter Rebbe Admor HaZaken, that in the last year, let's say, from many directions came the story that Admor HaZaken, Baal HaTanya, yes, he was reading the Torah. He was always the one who was reading the Torah, and there is a pasuk in Parashat Pikudei that talks about 1,775 hooks of the pillars around the Mishkan. Now, Admor HaZaken, when he was reading only once, he read, instead of starting the pasuk and saying 1,575, instead of saying 1,000, he said in Hebrew, instead of Ha-elef, in Hebrew he said Hey-elef, which means 5, like 5,000. So people were telling him like that, it's wrong, you can't read the Torah like that. So he sort of made the same mistake 4 times, the people around him. And after he did it 4 times, sort of like the same mistake, when he is Admor HaZaken, he's a prophet, he's a holy person. And I guess they were afraid to say that you're wrong or something. But in any case, after 4 times that he said this information, he told them somehow that this is the time of redemption. What's the time of redemption? The time of redemption is 5,775, which is this year, the year that we're in, 5,000. Okay, that's the story. It's even quoted in a famous book that's called Konanta Me'az. You can see in our internet location, it's quoted where it is. Now there is another thing. The word itself, Machia'h, Hey, Tafshin Ein Hey, this year, the name of this year in the Hebrew letters, here are the Hebrew letters, yes? Hey, Tafshin Ein Hey is Machia'h. Okay, so the word itself, Machia'h in Hebrew, in simple Hebrew, means redemption. Not just redemption, more than that. It means the redemption, because in Hebrew, when you start with a Hey, it's like saying in English, the. It's Chua is redemption, and it's the redemption. Now, many times people write the word Chua in Hebrew with another letter here, Vav, but in pasuk in Shmuel Bet, chapter 19, there is a war between David and his son, and when there was the triumph of David, it says Hachua Vatiha Chua Bayom Ha'u, which means there was a redemption, there was a victory of David. So Machia'h is in simple Hebrew the Geula. So this is the second hint that we have, which is a very simple clue that we are redeemed. Now comes a very fantastic information from the Rebbe Shlita. This is written of one of the writings of the Rebbe. It's called Beis Rabbeinu Shebevavel. In this essay, the Rebbe gives us, let's say in a funny way, the biggest bombs ever. He says that 770 is the place where the third Beit HaMikdash is going to reveal firstly, and then it will fly to Israel and be, of course, in Har HaBayit in Israel. But first, Beit HaMikdash is going to reveal in his house, the Rebbe's house. It's called 770. But 770 is, from one point of view, the place, but also the Rebbe says the time of redemption. So how does the Rebbe say that? The Rebbe says that we are redeemed in the time 770, 770. So I'll read 1 second in Hebrew. השלמות דמספר 7, 770, מורה על שלמות עבודתם של ישראל בבירור העולם, על ידי מעשינו ועבודתנו כל זמן משך הגלות, שאז נגלים מן הגלות וחוזרים ובאים לארץ ישראל. This is hinting about a year that was 5 years ago, which is 770, which is Tafshin Ein. Tafshin Ein in Hebrew Gematria is simply 770. So 5 years ago, this year was. But now, when the Rebbe says that we are redeemed in this time, 770, yeah, he says, he gives us here another information. You see the number 95 here? So the Rebbe gives us these words about this information that we are redeemed here. להעיר שגאולה, הערה 95, להעיר שגאולה שייכת לשביעי, גאולה בשביעית, שעתידין לגאל בשביעית. So when the Rebbe says that we are redeemed in 770, he says we are redeemed in a Shemitah. Now this is a Shemitah, this year. So he gives us a fantastic clue. He calls it a clue, but it's very, very clear that the time of Tafshin Ayin is connected with this year, which is Tafshin Ayin Hey, which is 775, which is the Shemitah of 770, which is very, very simple. Clue, he says clue, sometimes he says 4 times, he repeats the word clue. And more than that, there is a fantastic thing that a big tzaddik, that his name is Metzudat David, tells us in the end of Daniel book. In the book Daniel, in the end of the book, about five psukim before the end of the book, says Metzudat David that nobody is going to know when redemption is going to happen. But when redemption is coming, it's very close, that's what he says there, everybody will understand the hint. And the Rebbe calls this hint. 4 times the Rebbe repeats the word hint. So everybody will understand the hint. So we understood it. This year we're redeemed for sure. We have to start to dance. Baruch Hashem. We are in Beit HaMikdash this year. All the Jewish nation, everybody is going to be completely healthy and wealthy and happy, and no more all kinds of problems between people. Everything is going to be fantastic. This year in Beit HaMikdash, everybody should tell this to all these friends, all the kinds of tricks, you know, like all the WhatsApp and Facebook and all internet locations and things. Everybody, and to put it on the walls of synagogues and whatever, and to translate it to all kinds of languages, like, I don't know, Chinese. So, l'chaim, l'chaim, Chaim, Yechiah Melech HaMashiach.